Niflheim, Muspelheim, ild, is, tropper falder ind, ja, Jotun skaber af sig. Dinoen gagab, Niflheim, Muspelheim, ild, is, tropper falder ind, ja, Jotun skaber af sig. Dinoen gagab, Niflheim, Muspelheim, ild, is, tropper falder ind, ja, Jotun skaber af sig. Niflheim, Muspelheim, Ildis, Tråber falder, Ynge, Jotun skaber af sig.
Look who's here, my favourite customer. It's always good to see a friendly face. Good, great actually. I even had a customer the other day. He bought some of my very special mushrooms and he didn't even try to haggle. And they do cost quite a lot, I think. Oh, you see, I stole them from a grove that belongs to one nasty Spriggan. And if he caught me, I'd be dead, or worse. None that I know of. They're just mushrooms. I mean, I'm not saying they are useless, and, well, the Spriggan might have done something to them. Spiteful piece of work that he is, but I don't think so. Because that's what makes them special. If I got them from anywhere else, they'd be worthless, wouldn't they? Well, no. The customer asked me why the mushrooms are so expensive. So I explained that they were very special. And that I gathered them under the cover of night at a place guarded by a dangerous magical being. I can't see why. I did not say a word of falsehood. See? This is the problem with you humans. You always hear what you want to hear, and then go around accusing everyone of deception. In truth, you're the ones who deceive yourselves. Me? No. I'm pretty sure they already have merchants there. I've heard they're quite territorial, and you can't have too many in one place. Or maybe that's foxes? I'm not sure. Anyway, you're in luck. I can show you my home. Ooh, I've always wanted to have a guest. Yes, in that cave over there. It's very cozy. I got lucky, as it was almost empty when I found it. Could you believe that? I didn't even have to fight a bear to move in. There were a few dead humans, but it's not like they minded. I put them in a neat pile in the corner. But you're no stranger, are you? I consider you my friend, and my home is always open to my friends. Besides, I decorated it myself, and I really want someone to see it. Ah, that's lovely. If you need a nap, feel free to take one. You do look like you could use a nap. Or not? What do I know, really? I'd just be grateful if you didn't try to sell me any weapons. Or nails. Or buckets with iron handles. It's not that I have anything against things made of iron. I simply don't condone violence, that's it. Have a safe journey.
vigilant. You'll fall to my sword! I will be your downfall! I see fear in your eyes! You're out of your depth! Your armor won't save you! Back! Your armor won't save you! I will be your downfall!
We ain't safe here. I see fear in your eyes. I see fear in your eyes.
Oh, hello there. There. You're going to feel better soon. Do you need something? Are you in pain? I'll do all I can to help, but I need to warn you that our supplies are quite limited. Well, actually, the hospital is run by Camelot. I'm just an apprentice to Neonte, the priestess of the All-Mother here in Kune. But the healer from Camelot is dead, and Neonte spends most of her time at Lord Yvain's manor. So, it seems I'm on my own. It is. It really is. The hospital's barely holding on. Camelot pays us a pittance for treating their soldiers. And the villagers just pay with what they can. But I can't make medicine with eggs and chickens. And even if I could, I don't have the time. Some days, I dream that someone will swoop in and take it all off my hands. Ideally, it would be Neonte, but I'm not sure I can count on her anymore. Still, maybe it's worth a try. There is a patient who won't let me treat him. His name's Wilbur, and he's a difficult case. Most of what ails him is just old age. Some days he's clear-headed, but those are becoming fewer and farther between. Lately, he won't let me touch him. He yells at me, claiming I'm keeping him here by force, away from his family. He's even stopped eating and refuses to take his medicine. Honestly, I'm at my wit's end. I don't know how to help him anymore without scaring him even more. All of Connacht knows that I was marked by the weirdness, It's not as bad as people make it out to be, but some are superstitious. They believe I bring bad luck. When Tainted took me in, there were a lot of whispers, though it got better once I started working in the hospital. Weirdness or not, at least they have a healer. But I'm afraid that, in Wilbur's head, I've become some monstrous figure, keeping him prisoner. You can try, if you'd like. Maybe he'll trust you more than he trusts me. Just, please, be gentle with him. He's been through enough already. Weakness from age. I'm afraid that's something none of us can escape. But even as we grow old, our strength can still be nurtured with care. This herbal brew strengthens the body and clears the mind, but only when used regularly, alongside proper effort, exercising both the mind and body. Here, take the recipe. If your friend seeks a quick fix, this won't satisfy him. True strength comes from consistency, not shortcuts. Please, remind him of that. Oh, she thinks I have everything well in hand. As if she doesn't notice it, all falling apart. I know I should feel flattered by her trust. But honestly, I'm just exhausted. I'm not even a priestess. The only training I've had is what she's given me. Ever since Lady May fell ill and died, Neonti's barely been here. She just sits by her grave. Truth be told, I'm a bit worried about her. Even when she does come by, she seems absent, and I don't even have the time to go check on her. Camelot treats this place like a field hospital. To them, it's temporary, though I suppose that's their outlook on all of Connacht right now. The legate says Camelot simply can't spare anyone else. According to him, one priestess and her apprentice should suffice. And yet, his soldiers are the ones who are supposed to get priority. Even if they only have a blister, I'm required to treat them before a local with a broken leg. Here, take this. I hope it helps. Unfortunately, that's all I can give you. We have to make sure there's enough for everyone in need.
You're helping that jailer with the weird face, are you? Might as well throw me in the stocks then. I ain't going down peaceful, that's for sure. I want to go to my family. To me, this is a prison. And the worst kind at that. Even prisoners of war get better treatment. At least they don't have mutants poking at them. That damn weird spawn girl. What am I talking about? Everyone treats me like some old fool who doesn't know what he's talking about. I can see what everyone around me is plotting. I'll remember all of this. You hear me? I'll only speak to my family. And if you're planning to see them, tell them to come here and knock some sense into that girl. Maybe they will manage to get me out of this place. They should have come a long time ago. Lazy fools, dragging their feet. They live in the lower district. I'll go to them, but that cursed wench won't let me leave. Bollocks. There's been no Red Death since King Arthur's times. I bet she's the one who filled your head with all that nonsense, eh? Don't listen to her. You can tell right away that nothing good comes from her. Good folk don't end up twisted like she is.
Help us all out on your journey, will you?
Yeah? Ah, yes. On the 14th day of the month of Oak, a procession dressed in red passed through. They dragged people from their homes. Eventually they came for us as well. Me and my Brianna, our possessions. They took everything, took it all for themselves. Now, I have nothing left. I'm just a poor man. Please, save me, please. Back then, I lived in the borough, near Camelot, you see. I was there when the priest came with a crowd of penitents, dressed in robes made of parchment laden with the word. The priest cracked their holy whips and delivered fiery speeches. No more Red Death, no more suffering. No, but I was cured nonetheless. I gave up everything for the cure. I gave up Brianna and all my possessions. I had to cleanse myself. Yes, now I am pure. Can you see? Can you see? Yes, now I am pure. Can you see? Can you see? Thank you. Thank you. May the word of the prophet guide you.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Oh, is that you, Roy? Have you finally come to visit your grandpa? I won't listen to this drivel. One more lie, and you'll all regret it. Anyone could write such nonsense. That's it. I've had enough of your scheming. Goodbye.
Damn it. Damn it. I know you tried. This isn't your fault. It's mine. Wilbur was my patient. I can't run this hospital all on my own. It's an impossible task. Someone with money, preferably. I won't lie. I've thought about it already. More than once. Someone who can supply us with ingredients. Maybe an alchemist to make the medicines. At one point, I even considered asking the Red Priests for help. But Neonte would have my head. Then I thought about Orwin and the Merchants' Union. But I can't abandon the patients, just to have a long discussion about the business prospects of a failing hospital. Huh. What doesn't she have against them? First, she abhors the doctrine of K. On a purely theological level. Her words, not mine. And then it's all about politics. She says the influence of the Red Church is undermining the position of the All-Mother on Avalon. I don't know. Maybe people just turn to whoever is willing to help. If the priestesses aren't enough, someone has to step in. I know. That's why I'm hesitant. But some of them are also quite innovative. No one can deny that their research into the Red Death has led to real progress in medicine. I suppose, if I were ever to run a hospital with one, I'd have to make sure they don't get too ambitious. You do that? For me? Why? I just told you the hospital has no money. I can't pay you for your efforts. That's very noble of you. But still, when the hospital is back on its feet, I'll find a way to repay you. Thank you. Even if it doesn't work out. Your offer means the world to me. I've been alone with this for so long. It's good to finally have some hope.
Have some spare food, a coin?
Keeping the blood flowing.
Ah, a fine day for business. And perhaps for bargains, too. Well, the men here doesn't seem to be on the verge of dying anymore, and with the Camelosians around, business is booming. The longer they stick around with nothing to spend their coin on but our stalls, the better for us. It's a bit of a shame I'll have to delay visiting my brother at the Horns of the South, but he'll understand. He always says he can't leave his stall for even a single day. She is. That's interesting news, though I had no idea the hospital had financial problems. I thought it was funded by our brave Camelosian army. Or was it Lord Yvain? I can never remember. who in turn dumped the entire responsibility onto her poor apprentice. That sounds like a complete disaster of mismanagement. Still, with a bit of restructuring, it might not be entirely hopeless. That said, a hospital doesn't exactly strike me as a lucrative venture, and I'm not in business for charity. When I invest, I expect a return. And here, I just don't see it. Maybe not. But when someone brings me a business opportunity, they should at least try to convince me it's a good idea. That's true. But in Connacht, people would sooner dig up their grandmother's miracle recipes than pay for something they used to get for free. I need some concrete ideas. Now that is an intriguing thought. I like it. We've healed the men here. Why not heal everything? Of course, we'll need to think about other ways to secure profits before word gets out. But you're right, the potential here is undeniable. With the right strategy, this could turn into something truly remarkable. Not just me, I hope. We'll need backing from the rest of the Merchants' Union. Start with Bonksy and Osmond, get them to join in, and talk to Irwin since we'll need an alchemist. The more support we have, the better.
What brings you this way? Elixirs, powders, ointments, got something for wounds, poisons, something to keep you on your feet through the night and help you survive the cold. And all of it made by my own hands, with science. No tricks, no vile spells. Yes, all magic is a scam, an illusion that pretends to give you something but always takes more in return. My elixirs work because they're based on knowledge and experience, not some fickle power from another world. Anyway, go ahead and read my anti-magic manifesto. I've laid it all out, why the magical plague must be wiped from Avalon. So he's just old. There's no magic cure for that. Because magic is nonsense. But science? Science has solutions. This is a blend of stimulants and enhancers. It'll make him feel like he's 20 again. Side effects? Sure, there might be some. But what doesn't come with risks? If he's desperate enough, he'll take it. If not, let him rot with his natural decline. Here, take this recipe, but prepare it carefully. Precision matters if you don't want it blowing up in your face, or his. And I assume you're here to hand me an invitation? let's skip the pleasantries. Why would merchants take over the patronage of a hospital? And why should I have anything to do with it? Touching, but I'll have to disappoint you. I couldn't care less. The people of Kunacht have always had a knack for entrusting their lives to magical scarecrows, like that men here looming over us. As you can see, wisdom isn't their strong suit. If you don't have a better argument, we might as well end this conversation now. The All-Mother or the Red Church. What a wretched choice. Oh. I can already picture the hospital in either scenario. Devotees brimming with pity alongside that cynical Neonte. Or a pack of lunatics scheming how to dig into their patient's guts. No, thank you. You've convinced me. But you'll have to put in some effort. I've been having a serious problem with my supplies lately. The Red Church is hoarding every remotely valuable alchemical ingredient for themselves. Here's a list of items I particularly need. Come back when you have everything. Then I'll join this union, whatever that turns out to be. Now off with you. You've got plenty of work ahead.
Oh, hello there. Hello again. What do you need today? Leaving already? And we were having such a good time. See you later. Hello again. What do you need today? Ha! I'm not surprised he's asking me. Without my financial backing and, more importantly, my experience, most of the guild's investments wouldn't stand a chance. They really value my involvement, and that gives me leverage. In other words, I can do a bit of bargaining. Have you heard the legend of Robbie of Grubwood? A bandit who stole from rich merchants and gave the gold to commoners. They say he was an incredible archer. At least, that's how the story goes. People say the same about me, but I'm still waiting for someone to write a song about me, like they did for Robbie. It's only a matter of time. Robbie's long dead. I heard someone in his gang betrayed him. He's buried in a tomb not far from here, along with his bow. And that bow has been on my mind for a while now, you see. According to legend, it's made from centuries-old yew, and enchanted by a druid whose life Robbie once saved. Bring me that bow, and I'll support Alwyn's investment. What do you say? That's what I like to hear. I always say sticking close to older, more experienced folks is worth it. There's so much you can learn from them. Am I right? Of course I am! What about it? You found it? Then what are you waiting for? When I was your age, I'd already have been there and back twice by now.
Nice to see you. Good to see you. I don't know. I got an offer to supply ingredients for healing potions. But honestly, that doesn't sound very exciting. My adventures are more about leaping over chasms and escaping collapsing ruins than gathering wildflowers. Maybe so, but it's still not worth spending as much time on it as Alwyn wants. I could be exploring underground labyrinths or running from guards across rooftops instead. You know what? You're right. That could work. But I can't go anywhere until I sell off all my wares. How about it? Want to take the lot? I'll give you a big discount. Yes? Did you manage to scrape together the money? Oh, I hope so. I'm starting to feel like I'm rooted to this spot. Fantastic. If you don't need something, you can always sell it later and even make a profit. Let Alwyn know I'm in, and I can't wait for my first trip to gather ingredients. Luck always finds me, one way or another.
A little jumpy, aren't we?
Ah, a fine day. Safe journey.
wasn't expecting company.
Hello. Coming back to me, I see. You must have excellent taste. What about it? You found it? Oh, quite elegant indeed. It just needs one small adjustment. Do you know how many legends and songs I've heard about this Robbie guy? Oh, what a remarkable marksman he was. Splitting an arrow already lodged in the bullseye with his own during a tournament. What a story! But did anyone actually see it happen? Why make up nonsense when there are just as good, or even better, living archers out there? One of them lives right here in Kune. Why not write songs about him? A bandit is a bandit, and yet here we are, turning a thief and murderer into some sort of romantic hero. Some hero. I gave my word, didn't I? And do you know who breaks their word? People without honor, thieves and bandits. No one would ever call me that. Everyone knows I keep my promises. Gossip is for women and innkeepers. You should see Morag for that. She's both. She's a good one. About 3 years ago, I helped her fix her roof because her husband had died, and there was no one else to do it. She still mentions it. Osmond, you fixed that roof better than any roofer could. She tells me that every time she sees me.
What brings you this way?
Ah, fine. Oh well, truth be told, that's better than I expected. Trust me, I know it's not easy to convince their lot to agree on anything. This is a good start. Ailey will stay on as head of the hospital. But with steady finances and a reliable supply of medicine, it should take a lot of the burden off her shoulders. In the meantime, we'll turn this endeavor into a truly profitable business. You know, I've got to say, it's been a real pleasure working with you. The whole of Kune will owe you a great deal. Goodbye, and may good fortune follow you.
Oh, hello there. Elixirs.
You doing okay?
What's on your mind? I'll get back to work.
Welcome to Vrel's bookshop. No reading without buying. And if you're here for porn, kindly leave before you start. Aye. Look, I don't begrudge anybody their reading habits. Each to their own. But some things should be kept private. Aye. Not only can I read, I can even make recommendations. Imagine that. So, if you have a joke to tell, don't bother. I'm pretty sure I've heard them all. And then the shopkeeper says, huh, it must be raining. Told you, I know them all. Maybe one day, I'll even compile them into a collection and burn it. Let me guess. Your friend's a Camlosian who's heard the Berserker potion can make a man tear a bear's arms from its sockets, and now he thinks he can be like us. Hate to break it to you, but that's no how it works. Our strength comes from battle, from blood, and that brew is Mither's ain rage running in our veins. Besides, it's a tribe secret. I might have left the Volker, but I'm no about to hand over our secrets just to anybody. Camlosians and their love for shortcuts, but fine, have it your way. If your friend thinks swallowing something will help, maybe I can lend a horn. Here, it's harmless. Mostly herbs and a bit of spice. My father used to say true strength lies in the mind. So if your friend is as determined as you say, who knows? This might be enough for them. Good luck convincing them it's the real deal. That's half the battle. Oh, expecting a wee one? Congratulations! Lucky you. I don't think I've seen a newborn in Kune for as long as I've lived here. Is that so? How about you tell me the truth? Oh, is it now? Well, well, well. And why can't he come home and buy it himself? Oh, that's precious. I chased him off because he couldn't take no for an answer. He came in and tried to seduce me. Told me he just loves to devour books. But he'd gladly do the same with me. Books, sure. Maybe for breakfast, to add variety to his military fare. When I told him I wasn't interested, he got all pissed off and called me an ugly dumb savage. I only let him leave with his teeth intact to avoid proving him right. Tell you what, I'll sell you that book. But fair warning, I'll be sending his peer wife the story of Giron the Unfaithful, with a special edition forward for me. Deal? Ha! Pleasure doing business with you. I hope his wife won't go easy on him. Well, I'm glad someone here is interested in my books. See you next time.
I wasn't expecting company.
Hi. Have you had a chance to drop by the bookshop yet? What? I wasn't harassing her. I was just being friendly. I don't see what the big deal is. Besides, she should be grateful. I bet a savage like her doesn't get all that many compliments, especially not from men like me. What? That bitch? I'll teach her what happens to people who try to get smart with me. You mark my words. Thank you for the warning. I'll have to write a letter to my wife. She'll forgive and forget, I'm sure of it. Here's your money, and a little extra. You've done a good deed.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
You doing okay?
What is it now? If it's chatter you're after, you'll be disappointed.
Well, look who it is. The one who reignited the men here. I must say I'm impressed. Tell me, how did you manage to do that? You've got a vivid imagination, I'll give you that. But, soul of a king or not, you clearly have a knack for getting things done. Tell me, would you like to help further? The people of Kune are in need, and someone like you could make all the difference. The fields of Kune are dying, their lifeblood drained by the creeping weirdness. If the crops fail, the people starve, and starving people are restless people. That cannot happen. Properly placed, they can shield the farmlands long enough for a harvest to be salvaged. It's not the perfect solution, but it's a start. And if the people see that the priests care for their well-being, they'll be more inclined to trust us. I need someone capable to handle this. Someone like you. You've seen them around, no doubt. They're simple enough in appearance, but the knowledge to craft them isn't as common as you'd think. Unfortunately, I don't have the recipe myself. If I did, this wouldn't be an issue. You'll need to find someone who knows the craft. Someone familiar with the weirdness or the old ways. But be cautious. Those who keep such knowledge don't part with it easily. Secrets, after all, are a kind of power. But I'm sure you'll manage. You've done the impossible before. Legate Denholm won't be pleased. He prefers the weirdness close. It makes travel to Camelot faster. But this isn't about his ambitions. It's about the people of Kune and what they need to survive. Help me do this, and you'll have not only my gratitude, but the gratitude of every farmer whose fields we save. So, my Menhir Whisperer, what say you? Will you lend a hand and help the people of Kune? Good. I knew you'd see the importance of this. Together, we'll keep the fields alive and the people fed. For now, at least. Once you have the lanterns, they need to be placed around the farmlands. Start with the fields of Reese and Ida. They work as a couple and have some of the largest crops in Kune. Then head to the lands of Rob and Gil. They're brothers, and while they're stubborn, their fields are crucial to the town's food supply. Without their harvest, we'd be in serious trouble. Position the lanterns carefully. Their glow will push back the weirdness, at least for a time. It won't be a permanent solution, but it's what we need to survive the season.
Ah, you must be the one I've heard so much about. A curious figure. Navigating the shadows of Connacht. Solving problems where others stumble. Allow me to introduce myself. Brother Vitus, humble servant of the Red Church, or so the official title goes. I prefer to think of myself as an architect of change. The kind that reshapes institutions and realigns priorities. The church as it stands is stagnant, weighed down by those who use it as a platform for ambition rather than service. Fabius, for instance, is a fine example of what I aim to correct. I seek reform. Nothing so dramatic as rebellion, of course. A more elegant approach is required. One must lay the groundwork, build alliances, and ensure that when the time comes, the transition is seamless. I'd like to ask you to speak with Anselm, Yvain's major domo. He's a man of considerable influence. He holds the respect of the people and the keys to the court. Should Yvain's position become vacant, Anselm will step into power. A useful ally, wouldn't you agree? But Anselm is cautious, perhaps even suspicious of anyone bearing the church's seal. This is where you come in. I have instructions for him. Guidelines to keep the court safe from the plague. Simple, practical advice, but to gain his trust, you'll need to offer more than words. A caravan from the island asylum is on its way to Connacht, carrying valuable supplies. Plague potions, masks, gloves, and other tools for survival. Deliver these to Anselm, along with my message, and he'll see the value of our collaboration. Ah, pragmatic soul, I like that. Let's say a generous reward and the gratitude of someone who is quietly shaping the future of Connacht. Not a bad return for a small favor, wouldn't you agree? Excellent. I knew you'd see potential in this opportunity. Together, we'll ensure Anselm sees the value of our efforts. The caravan is on its way. Find it, secure the supplies, and deliver them along with my greetings. Take whatever else you find. Coins, trinkets, that sort of thing. But the sealed crates, they must go to Anselm untouched. Consider it a sign of good faith. Do this, and you'll have my gratitude. And perhaps more.
Oh, it's you. You look, well, all things considered. I always knew you had to have survived. There simply wasn't any other possibility. Ah, no. Sadly not. I apologize for my forwardness. It's just, I've read so much about you. I feel as though we've known each other for ages. I've spent hours poring over the drawings of your vascular system. Enough that I'm fairly certain I could recreate them from memory. Oh, I'm so glad you're here now. If there's anything you need, please let me know. I'd be happy to help. Oh, no. That honor fell to others. I was merely a silent admirer. Though I have to say, I do think they were rather heavy-handed with you. I've heard no one had much faith in you, But that doesn't excuse carelessness, don't you think? Why, indeed. I have my suspicions, but nothing I can say for certain. Not yet, at least. You left so suddenly. Your case was in chaos. Incomplete notes, no one willing to talk. It was all very frustrating. That said, I do know a few things about what happened to you. And, more importantly, about the people who allowed it to happen. I'd need to dig through my notes, though. In the meantime, there's something I'd like you to help me with. Straight to the point, I see. Oh, I do like you. You've got a sharp mind, and I'm really glad they didn't break it by accident. I need items touched by the weirdness. It's a personal fascination of mine. The way the weirdness reshapes even the most ordinary things is incredible. It can take something entirely mundane, like, well, you, for example, and turn it into something extraordinary and unrecognizable. Bring me a few of these items, and by then, I should be ready to share what I know about the experiments. Now, is there anything else? Such inconspicuous little things. Did you know that cleansing them in the weirdness-repelling fire reveals their true nature? They may still appear to be mere banalities, and yet they become more. To think, you ventured into the weirdness and returned unscathed, all to retrieve a few items for me, as if it were nothing. You've become a true marvel. Yes, of course. Now that you've proven the success of what was done to you, some things have become clearer to me. You see, from all the documents I've read and the research notes I've studied, I always believed that the way your treatment was conducted was for the greater good. It was meant to be the key to curing the Red Death. But now, I'm not so sure that the people who orchestrated your, stay with us had the same goal in mind. Of sorts. I hope you'll forgive my little ruse, but I needed some answers myself. And you've delivered them in a most satisfactory manner. Not that I expected anything less of you. I don't think so. From everything I've seen, you were just supposed to be ordinary Avalon rabble, but with the potential to become something more. I don't have all the details about your case, especially concerning the Red Death, but something must have been done right, since you're not infected now. Sadly, the research was never completed. Now, I know we've never had that kind of relationship, but would you perhaps be willing to lie down and let me rummage a bit? Well, you can't begrudge me for trying. From what I understand, your natural affinity for the weirdness was, enhanced. You see, centuries of living on this island have led to more and more people developing a certain tolerance for it. Sometimes, that tolerance can evolve into agreeability. It does, however, take time, so you were given a push. As for the exact methods, well, I'll spare you the gory details. Besides, at this point, you know the results better than I do. Speaking of which, would you mind sharing the details of your current state? Really? That was it? What a colossal waste. The man ran from the Red Death in the homelands. How is he supposed to help us now? All that time, all those sacrifices, were they for nothing? What use is a dead king against the plague that followed him across the sea? This may be a battle, but it cannot be won by simply hitting things with a sword. I'm sorry, I just got incensed, you know? As you should. Because it means all your suffering was for nothing. Abhorrent. I was made to believe that by studying the weirdness and its application, we might be able to find a cure for the Red Death. We have suffered failure after failure, and now you're telling me it was by design. That curing the plague was never the goal. I am not sure where to go from here. You have indeed given me a lot to think about. Those who arranged your escape from the island asylum were also the ones responsible for your capture. Everything that was done to you was at their behest. I don't know much more. They've always been incredibly secretive. Honestly, I was more focused on the results than on who was behind it all. But then they took you away, before anyone could achieve anything meaningful. Go forth and thrive. Or struggle. I'll find it interesting either way.
Oh, hello there. What brings you this way?
Open up, Furkit. We know you're in there.
Get lost! You've taken everything from me. I won't give you anything else.
Stop whining and open up. We've got to talk. I've had enough of this lunatic. Keep an eye on him in case he gets out. I need a rest. What do you want? Then go be curious somewhere else. We have our orders.
Open up, Furkit!
Not a chance!
No, you could not, because it isn't your job. But if you really must know, yesterday one of our warehouses caught fire because of one of Furkit's inventions. Denham ordered us to investigate, but how are we supposed to do that if we can't question the suspect? Come on, Furkit! I don't have all day!
I don't care! Leave me alone!
I don't know you either. Why should I trust you with such a delicate task? Forget it. Unless Denham says otherwise, we'll keep at it until he relents.
Furkit!
Get lost!
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
Yes, on my orders. Furkit needs to give me an explanation for a very unfortunate accident in which innocent soldiers were hurt. One of our warehouses burned down. The one where we kept all of Furkit's inventions. My men suspect sabotage, which isn't exactly unheard of around here. I do have my doubts, though. They say Furkit is a madman, and madmen tend to be poor planners. Trust me, I know all about it. He's a local inventor, and as far as I know, doesn't have the best reputation in Kune. At the moment, at least. There was a time when he was quite useful. He invented various machines for more efficient farming and other practical applications. But now he's apparently fixated on the weirdness, and he doesn't want to talk about anything else. People are afraid of him. Since you're already here, I might have a task for you. Furkit refuses to talk to my men, and the locals don't trust him. There's a slim chance that anyone would be willing to mediate the matter. But he doesn't know you. Perhaps he'll be more open with a stranger and confess the truth. So, are you interested? You can ask him if he set fire to our warehouse on purpose. You should also try to bring him in voluntarily, though knowing Furkit, that's unlikely. Do whatever you think is best. I just want to find out who is responsible for this accident and make an informed decision based on that. Here are the orders. Show them to the boys by the gate and they'll let you in to see Furkit. As soon as you...
The seal looks good. Orders are orders. I'm glad Furkit's your problem now instead of ours. Let's move out, boys.
Who are you? Did Camelot send you? I'm not talking to those thieves. Get lost. I think it's quite obvious, isn't it? They're harassing an honest inventor. First, they stole my entire life's work, and now they show up with grievances. I'm not giving them anything, and I'm not letting anyone in either. Oh, aye, it did. And no surprise there. They've only got themselves to blame. They barged in here and grabbed everything that wasn't nailed down. No, actually, they even prized loose the things that were nailed down and took them too. Do you know what this device is? It's a pyrolusite stabilizer. And they took all the pyrolusite, but left the stabilizer behind. No wonder it blew up. Yes, pyrolusite, my most prized invention. I've spent half my life working on it. And what did they do? Oh, they just took it away. And now they're surprised that it blew up. Well, pyrolusite is a wondrous substance. It can create fire anywhere you are. All you need is a drop of pyrolusite, add a little spit, and there you have it. Oh, it also amplifies the power of weird fires. Isn't that marvelous? So, tell me, don't you think it's marvelous? Exactly! But all great inventions need painstaking preparation. It takes years of experimentation to make them safe for use. As you can see, my pyrolusite isn't stable yet. That's why the stabilizer is essential. Without it, it's still a dangerous substance. Well, I was pretty agitated at the time. Exactly. It's their own fault. All I want to do is keep living my life and to keep creating. If they should just return what they stole, then they won't have to worry about their safety. You would do that for me? A stranger in Connacht and not even from Camelot? Thank you. Whatever happens, thank you for acting as our intermediary. I think we could all use an impartial perspective on this entire tragic situation. Goodbye. It was nice talking to someone normal for once.